I forgot about editing.
Girl. Whoa, my God, you disappeared.
Welcome to the Art of Games, where we talk about video games that change the game. Hi.
Welcome. The movie is going to come out soon. We thought we might do a little recap, what we thought of the games, the 4 Uncharted games, and what we think about the movie, and why the fuck they're even making a movie.
Can I ask you a personal question?
Of course.
You're like, no, what is she doing? And then on the,
it's like,
on
yes,
the like,
duh.
Of course. Now, I've always wondered, did you went good English, good brain? Did
Good
you go?
English, yes.
We have accents. Did you go into archaeology? Did that play a role into you going into archaeology?
I think so. Not necessarily Uncharted, but other video games for sure. Tomb Raider, for example, big one. Uncharted maybe a little bit with treasure hunting and like exploring and like knowing the finds that you do with like, oh, look at this wall. This is this and this age, and so did that and that, and this is why. Like just the chronological, this is why that happened, and now I have to do this is so intriguing to me. Mwah, it's the best. Like I want to know everything
about history,
about exactly, and about ancient cultures.
That's a nice
when
approach.
When did you first played Uncharted? I don't know that actually. When did you stop playing it?
So I have a weird history about video games. About those ones that we want to talk about, I have a weird history with it because I started very late playing all of them.
Ooh.
And I think Uncharted was my second one of third person point of view / shooter. So my second one, and I was like, what the fuck? It was very late. It was in 2013. I remember it because I played The Last of Us in 2013.
Yeah. And maybe after you played Uncharted.
Yes.
Nice. So it was the first one, or which one did you play first?
Yeah. I started first, second. Oh, chronological order.
Nice.
I had the
Not
whole
like
thing.
me.
Yeah. And in 2013 already, it was like, oh, okay, the graphics are not so great, but the story is pretty good. What is Uncharted? Well, I can say what is Uncharted to me.
Yes, go ahead.
I just have to say 2 words. Indiana Jones.
Yes, true. I've never seen Indiana Jones, but that's what I imagine Indiana Jones is. I know. I'm sorry. I study archaeology and I've never seen Indiana Jones.
Oh, well, it's okay. It's not going to teach you a lot.
That's okay. I know.
No.
Yeah, I've never seen it.
You worked in films,
I probably will
girl.
like it, but
you worked in films, girl. That like changed.
I know.
They have heavy visual effects.
I know, but that's literally every movie that anyone in the industry ever asked me. Oh my God, did you see this classic movie? And I'm like, no.
Yeah, you haven't.
Sorry.
I know that. But this one is a shocker because it's like treasure hunting. Okay, let's watch it next week. We're watching it next week.
Yes.
You have,
Can we do that just before watching Uncharted? So we have the direct comparison as well.
Oh my God. Ooh, I never thought that they actually, it's an interesting thing to think that this movie would directly compete with Indiana Jones. And
oh yeah,
did the producer think about that? I'm not even sure. And they should have, because
they should have.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, we don't know. We're just talking about a trailer is not the same people making the trailer, is not the same people who made the film. So we'll see.
Yep.
Okay, what is Uncharted?
Well, they based it. Uncharted to me is, well, I started with the 4th one. I never played 1, 2, 3 until recently. And it was just the best thing ever. The sense of humor is right down my lane. I had so much fun. Visually, it was just stunning. So going back after like a break of gaming, going back into it with Uncharted 4 was really nice.
Oh,
So
yeah,
I
okay.
started gaming again back in London when I lived with you.
It's so funny because it marks also me coming to London. So Uncharted 3, got it. I don't know when. Yeah, it was released in 2011, you said. You said.
Yes, yeah.
And then so I got it early in 2014. I don't know why. Anyway, I got it. And then I arrived in London. And then the first thing you see is him in London town and in London roofs. And I'm like, shit.
It's like, I'm
That made it.
Uncharted now.
Yeah, that made
I'm
it
Nathan.
Inception. Inception. Yeah. I was like, oh wow. And so I remember London through Uncharted in a very stronger way because it was reinforced by playing the game as I was going. I was always going out. It was the first time in the city, always going out,
Yeah,
and I was playing a game where, yeah, I know it's, but you
that's
don't stay
nice.
in London for so long, but it's a long intro in London.
Yeah, I don't remember that actually.
Well, that's it.
I
Like
think
it
I
really
do.
got. We really have like emotional things like linked to,
To Uncharted, yes,
but
very
linked to
much
the
so.
game that there's always a story behind when you started that game and what happened in
Yeah,
your life. It's so weird because I don't have that when I watch a film or a TV show. I do have that when I work on it, but I don't have that when I watch it.
no. Well, maybe now because, well, the last time I went to the cinema is ages ago.
Yeah,
That is more
absolutely.
an event than just watching it at home on your TV. So
True.
you don't really combine it with an event in your life or a time in your life because you just sit at home and watch it. But if you go out, or if it's like a longer thing, like a game, because you do it over a couple of weeks or months even, that is more time frame in your life. So
Yeah,
you
you're
can
right.
combine it and link it together in your brain.
True. Because you spend
Yeah.
some time on it. I mean, Uncharted is quite short games though, but
Yeah. I mean, if you
fair.
want to look for all the treasures, you can spend so much time in this game. Oh my god.
Not really though. You go on the internet, you have them all like, come on, it's not Red Dead.
All right, that is just me.
And it's so easy. They're like easily placed as well. Like you're like, okay, let's
Yeah.
not go in that corner. Let's go in that corner where the game tells you not to go. There's gonna be a
Not to go,
relic.
exactly. Let's just turn around right away when we arrive at
And
the new
then
level
find the
design.
relic.
Yep.
So what is Uncharted to you really?
Uncharted to me is London time. It is escape at some point, just
And
going out looking for something.
and
And
your passion of traveling, it must be also like we do travel in absolutely every corner of the city, the world,
yes,
the city,
yeah,
just
that's
one
true.
city.
The
Yeah,
city.
the
Yeah.
world. So I think, yeah, okay, an escape is a good
An escape, exactly. And just, yeah, seeing different things, learning about different things. I don't know. Yeah. I guess it's just an escape for me. A nice one, a very funny one.
Okay, so so lots of people who are gonna listen probably have played the game, but you pointed out that maybe not everyone. And do you know what? When you sent me that thing, that interview thing where Tom Holland and
Oh
is
yes,
speaking,
yes.
people are saying, "Oh, I've never played the game. Maybe I should start." Yes, I am holding a remote control.
I am holding a remote.
Yeah, so some people would not know exactly what this is. What is the game about? I'll let you tell it. I'll let you tell it.
Tell what the story of the film is.
Not
in
the
four.
The game.
Film. What a film is.
What is the story of Uncharted?
It's a treasure hunt.
Okay, Anya, thank you. Thanks for listening. Bye.
Bye.
We have yet to talk about the evil characters. and I don't
Yeah.
remember them very clearly. So clearly the
Yeah,
game is
not at all.
I do remember the last one. It was pretty fucking good. And I liked them so much that I took one to put it in Lost Legacy. But
Yeah,
you know,
exactly. Yeah.
they were really good character development.
Okay.
First one, 2007. Second one, 2009.
But you can totally tell that they released it super quickly after each other.
This is Naughty Dog, right?
Yes.
Okay. And then 2011, what is it called? I don't even know. As above, so below.
I don't know what they're
That's
called.
I do remember that so well. Like it, I think that was great. I think that this already marked something different. So yes, Eldorado and Shambhala are like very similar, and it's a lot of like you shoot a lot of people, satisfying,
Yeah.
great character development.
Definitely more shooter than storytelling or
Yeah,
treasure hunting is there. Like
that's what.
you
Yeah,
hmm?
I think that's what the world was doing in video games at the time when it was
Yes.
TPS, a third person shooter. I think people would like focus more on shooting. And then
Mhm.
suddenly they were like, oh shit, we can like create good stories. So from 2000, I think 2011 already, that Uncharted, what the fuck is the name of that Uncharted?
Drake's Deception.
Deception. Come on, it's such a good name as well. You just play those two games. I think, well, you play two games where you just shoot. You have great characters. Sully,
Mhm.
you can tell he's the father figure, also very cool. And he's what Nathan could become. Nathan is who he is, Indiana Jones. But but now I'm gonna have to go
Funny
and
one.
find something else. Indiana Jones is actually pretty funny. But him, Elena, and we have Chloe already. We have great character development. I think they nailed it.
Yes. I love Chloe. She's so good.
Yeah.
This is the
I
first
think,
badass woman who does not give a shit about anything.
and she was not okay. She was kind of a love interest, but
I think so. They were
I mean,
together.
yeah, they were, but you know, they didn't make it as in let's just make it a
Yeah, they
drama.
didn't. Yeah, they didn't. It was not dominant in the storytelling. It was just, oh yeah, and they fancy each other. It's fine. Like
I
it just
mean,
happens. I mean,
you also travel the world
understandable.
and risk your life every day. I think it makes you horny. I'm not gonna lie. And
And you
they're
just have the partner. You have Sully or you have Nathan Drake. I mean,
and they're like just massively good looking. And also Chloe,
yes.
okay, she has a short t-shirt and you know, skinny kind of cargo pants. But she's not overly
Yeah.
sexualized as all the other women were in the video games.
No, exactly. Which is
I
very
mean,
nice to see.
physically. And she has such a, I hate this expression, but for lack of a better expression, she has a big dick energy, as in she doesn't, yeah, like you said,
Yes.
no fucks given.
Yeah, she's a boss bitch.
Yeah, I like that. She totally is.
She's just the boss of herself.
So these two games are pretty good, strong on character development. In the gameplay, it's also, yeah, the treasure hunt, it's very nice. But I think the third one marks something different. And Drake's Deception, I don't even know why they called it like that. I would imagine it's because this third one is when it marks the time where they're thinking they need to stop doing what they're doing. It's about addiction now.
Is that the first time where they think about that stopping?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. It's also the first time that we go into Nathan Drake's past. That hasn't happened before.
Yes.
And it is picked up again in the fourth one, which I think is really nice and just contributes to the character development that we have over the games in Nathan.
I think that's nice that they're on the fourth one. You know, when you go to the past, obviously you go to childhood and you go to parents.
Yeah.
I think that was nice that they were like, oh, we're looking for our mother, and our mother was a treasure
Yeah.
hunter instead of always the dad. Like
The dad, yes. Oh, it made me so happy that they're like, oh yes, the mother is the historian and she's the like treasure hunter and leaving the legacy to the boys. That was such a nice thing. Not just, oh my God, my dad left me everything.
yeah.
I need to like be so good because my daddy said so.
Okay, Lara.
Exactly. Like, fuck you, Lara.
Are we gonna keep that?
And also, fuck Chloe. I hate that about her. I really don't like it. In Lost Legacy,
I know.
I got so angry, and it still riles me up so much. That pivot moment of when she puts down that little thing. I have that from my daddy. Oh my God, he was here. Oh my God, da-da. I'm like, fuck off. I'm sorry.
You kept sending me messages, and you were like, "No way, they didn't go there." And
It really pissed me off.
Nadine confirms it. Yes, my daddy as well. And I'm like,
yeah,
what is happening right now? Anyway, we're not going to talk about daddy issues in this episode. There's another one coming for that.
No, exactly. But just one note, it triggered me so bad because all the motivation that Chloe had until that moment for me was just she wants to do that stuff because she really likes it and it is built on her motivation herself. And that moment just trashed everything from then on that I knew, okay, she's going there because her dad did this and this. It was okay. So all of her career, the whole games before, everything, the relationship, the treasure hunting is all because of her dad. That is why I don't like it. It's just like, okay, so she's not a boss ass bitch. She has daddy issues. Okay, great.
Well,
thanks.
She's like chasing what her dad was chasing, exactly like Lara.
Exactly.
Croft.
Yeah.
But you know what? I had the same feelings and I was like enjoying it so much. I was like, okay. But then you kept texting me about it and I could not unsee anymore. Thank you for opening
You're
my
welcome.
eyes.
I'm sorry. Oh God.
I could not unhear as well because then they just talk about him the whole time from mid. Anyway, we're going to talk about Lost Legacy at another point, I'm sure.
Yes.
I thought the fourth one is a masterpiece in terms of like they upgraded their graphics.
Yes.
They upgraded their characters.
Everything.
Did you know on the internet they were not happy to hear, oh, why are we changing Drake's story and putting a brother in there?
Oh yeah, some were really mad that Nathan now has a brother. I don't mind him. I don't mind.
They're like,
Sam.
Yeah, I really don't mind Sam.
I don't mind Sam at all.
I do not mind Sam at all. I think it's so nice that there's this element of Marlon Brando kind of manliness that we had in the 50s that is, changed now.
Yeah.
And I miss it. Well, Alina is quite, I don't want to say girls next door. She does dress like just very simple clothes, like white t-shirt, jeans, and she has simple haircuts. She's
a journalist as well, though. Yeah, she's not Chloe. She's definitely not Chloe. She has a different motivation. She has a different background, probably as well.
You see Chloe
that we don't know about.
Who is she?
Yeah,
and you see
and
Elena in the street, and you have lots of them. I think that's I like her character. I think it's nice that she's the one that's
Elena's character.
I do feel like it's nice for Nathan development, but I'm wondering what's the point if she's not going all in on his. Well, maybe she saved her life by making him stop. He's an addict.
Yeah, he's an addict.
Okay, so Nathan...
But I think they fit together quite well because she's the girl next door and he's the nice, innocent, just treasure hunter. Yes, addicted. Yes.
Everyone immediately commented about how rude the smog was, that it was like shock to the lungs, like the second that you got off the plane. So kind of took this U-turn in this elegy
Ah! What?
Where are you?
I'm in here being stabbed with a fork.
Oh, really?
What? Just keep going. It was interesting.
Oh,
I think character-wise,
Yeah.
they do
interesting. What's my article about?
fit together better than Nathan and Chloe.
Oh, for sure.
I don't think these two would go together at all.
And they would always fight, and
Exactly.
they would become enemies in no time.
Yeah, pretty much.
Nathan and Sam, I think they did such a great job on Sam. It's insane.
Sam is my absolute favorite character.
Well, also he's being voiced
just-
by Troy Baker.
Yes, exactly. Thank you, Troy Baker, for that
what could go wrong?
masterpiece. True that.
I can't.
Oh, Sam is just, I don't know.
This character work is just absolutely fantastic. I
Yeah,
didn't even
pretty much.
realize it was the same voice as Joel from The Last of Us, because they must have modified also the quality of his voice just a little bit. But
I don't know. I think he just uses a bit rougher voice on Joel
Probably. Oh,
because he's a bit older, is a bit rougher. He's going through a lot more shit than Sam. Because Sam is just a tick. He's just doing whatever the fuck he wants to, no matter the cost. Because he's too addicted to treasure hunting that he wants to lie to his brother and making him coming back into the treasure hunting game. That to me is the ultimate dick move. It's just like, how dare you?
I think that was
But
great.
he's so funny and
When
nice.
you-
Yeah.
You could see it coming, but I thought, how do you call it when characters have lots of layers and they have as much light as they have
A
darkness?
complexity,
Yeah.
variety.
think-
I don't know.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think that's what it is. And I think that's why the world likes it, because Nathan is an arrogant prick. Come on.
Yeah. He's just
And we
yeah.
love him.
Yep.
I think the show just
But
does
I love him because of
much.
his sense of humor and not because of what he's doing.
He's arrogant.
He's just
though.
written
He's
very
very
funny.
arrogant.
Yeah.
I think
Yep.
I think it's nice to see characters who are not black and white, and that might have been one of the first games doing that.
Mm.
First, second one, Chloe is a woman. Bam, she's a double agent. I don't know if there was any video games at the time before 2010s, before that, that decade.
Yeah, before this. Yeah.
We have women that were like, you want to play with, and that were as equally bad as they were good.
I don't think so. I can't think of any. But,
There you go. And for an actor, so good. And when I was doing acting in class, when I was saying, oh, I would love to play video game, to go into video games as an actress, and people would be like, why? Because in everybody's mind, it's a black and white stuff, and people are very black and white, and you're like, because the character work is off the fucking charts.
Yeah. Well, that's why all of these characters are so intriguing and just gripping, because they all have different layers. Sam is very, very heavy into the dark side, I think, but he's also such a kind brother, and you can feel the relationship between them is so important to him, but still I think there's this inner battle in Sam. It's just like, I want to be a good brother, and I'm really happy for him, but I also really want to find that treasure right now.
But also,
And I'm going to come up with that lie.
You come from 20 years in prison. I mean, okay, so they brought the brother into Uncharted 4, and it was the first time we heard that Nathan Drake had a brother.
Yeah.
So the backstory was that they were in orphanage together, but Sam was going away, and then they were on a treasure hunt for Avery, a pirate-themed episode. No, it's not an episode. It's a I don't know, how do we call them? Volume?
Yes,
Uncharted 4.
Not season. Uncharted for you.
Yeah, it's pirate themed, and they were like, after this thing, got in prison, and Nathan got out, and Sam didn't.
Didn't. He did not.
I don't want to spoil it, but you have to. Like,
We have to spoil it. We can't talk about it without spoiling it.
without
Sorry,
talking
guys.
about Sam. We can't talk about it without talking about Sam. He's such, I think for me,
Yeah.
was a massive pivot point of good character work from this show,
Mhm.
because he's showing exactly that he's torn between being a family member and
Mhm.
what he's been thinking over in a prison cell for 20 years.
But he
20
wasn't in the
years.
cell for 20 years. No, he wasn't though. That was the whole lie. He made
What
that up
a
and he told the
prick.
story. Yeah, he told the
Oh.
story to Nathan. Oh my God, I was in the prison for so long. And finally, after such a long time, I got busted out and I came directly to you. And all of that was a lie. He came out like after a couple of years, I think, if I remember correctly, and was just on the hunt ever since.
I played the game twice. You can tell that it stayed in my mind.
Yep. Yep. And then I think he went on for the treasure hunt for Avery's treasure alone. And then once he didn't know where to go from here, he contacted Nathan again.
So
I think that's the storyline.
massive
If I
dick
remember.
move.
Exactly. Massive fucking dick move.
And we love this
Like
character.
Nathan. Exactly. He's just so funny, and he's just such a strong written character that you cannot help but like him. He's just such a
I mean, also it's interesting to see what they're gonna do for Uncharted 5.
Yeah, I mean, they're
But-
already in Lost Legacy. They have Nadine and Chloe as main characters.
Yeah.
So that it took that long to have women as the main character is crazy. It's the same with Assassin's Creed. I think Odyssey was the first one where you could choose to be a man or a woman as the main
Odyssey was
character.
what, the 8th one?
I don't
7th
know.
or 8th?
5th, 6th, something like that. I don't remember, but it's just a couple of years ago, and it was the first time that you can choose. Oh, also, I really liked how when they introduce Sam, you can really see he's helping out his little brother to climb up through the roofs and climb up, and you have to go there and here. This is how you use the rope and stuff like that. And then later, when they meet again in their 30s and 40s, you see the same kind of animation and action. Like, I'll pick you up. I'll help you up. This is how you do it. Oh yeah, I taught you that trick. These kind of things really define the relationship between them. I really like that.
You think you can rope it? Do I think I can rope it? Watch this. I'm watching. I missed. See, it's all in the wrist. Here, let me see it. See? Yeah, it's not bad. For a second attempt. You see that? Oh, like a pro. It's your turn.
That just makes it
I
even
think
more
that
well
was
done.
one flashback that was stronger than on the third one. I remember this flashback, and it felt like I didn't want to leave where they were. Like I could play a whole game where they're like young.
Yeah.
And there's something.
It's a really fun dynamic to play with.
What I really loved about this flashback is that you're discovering so many different things. You can put like, samurai helmets and Celtic helmets. You discovering, and this whole room belongs to a woman. The whole mansion belonged to a woman friend of the mom, right? And then he picks up a book.
I just read this one.
Oh yeah? Is it any good?
It's kind of incredible. It's about the first Western woman to visit Lhasa. I'll get there myself one day.
And you just can pick up the book and then you can move on with your life. I was like, hang the fuck on. I'm gonna go on Amazon The book fucking exists. I haven't
Really?
played it. I'm gonna have to get it. So it's called My Journey to Lhasa, the classic story of the only Western woman who succeeded in entering the Forbidden City. I know.
God damn.
It's
I
a true
want that book.
story. It's a true story.
I'm gonna get that book right away.
Yeah,
That
we'll
sounds
send the links
very
down
nice.
below.
To the book.
It felt really
That's
funny
nice.
to say that. But yeah, we'll send the links down below.
Everything's down below, guys. Our merch as well.
I don't even it's our first episode, cool. Just buy mugs with the with your
Just
name
buy
on it.
mugs, yeah.
But I think
Yeah.
every tiny details of this video game is a thing that existed. The amount of hours spent on history,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't even know how it works. Like, who's the writers, or do they have history consultants? Do they have all this stuff? When you work on such a strong historical based story, who is coming into play to discover all this stuff? Like, I think that's why this Uncharted seems very simple. These guys are Indiana Jones. They like, treasure hunting. Characters are like very developed, but the story is unfolding in very satisfying way. But it's not, wow, what am I playing? And it's like, what? Yeah, you have this, wow, what am I playing? Because you're learning so much shit.
Yeah.
But it takes
Exactly.
a different person to actually pause the game, go on Amazon and find the book. I think people would take it for. There's lots of people that can play this game just for the sake of playing, and I think why we wanted to have this podcast as well is because we take those games as if we're learning something. I play Uncharted, I'm reading a book on history, same difference.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I don't know if games are always that kind of truth.
No, it's the one
because
that
there's still
wanna
games
talk
and
about.
fictions,
Yeah, it's the one that I mean, this particular one is very impressive on the work of a historical background that actually existed. But obviously they're gonna be fictionalized stuff. Is Avery a real pirate?
He was.
Well,
of course he was. Sic Parvis Magna.
I mean, you're right.
So Francis, no, Drake. I don't know about Avery, but Francis Drake was definitely a pirate, and Sic Parvis Magna was his motto back in the day when he was alive. So that is true, and that is one of the things that I really like about the games as well. Like, yes, I'm sure there at some point was one person who was just obsessed with pirates like that.
When they go
and
in
would
the
have
room,
loved to go on to treasure hunt.
Yeah, I mean, I would do that.
I would do that right away. That's why I study archaeology.
I'm sure people exist. People do English gone by.
People exist. Bye.
People in the world. There must be some mercenaries doing that kind of stuff. It's fascinating. It's also you really stepping into some sort of life that you have no access to when you play those kind of
What do
games.
you mean?
Well, it's it's not something you can relate. I cannot relate to Nathan.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going on his journey, but I can't relate to him because I've never met. We're talking about a character that is so specific. Like, I don't know what he's doing. I don't know his, like, it's just such a rare hobby / I don't know.
Job, like how are you surviving
job.
even? Job, lifestyle-ish.
Yeah. And that's what is fascinating to play, I think, as well, because you're really stepping in to a world that you have no access to in the real world.
Exactly. Yeah, it's just an adventure, and I think everyone needs sometimes that kind of adventure and just leaving and exploring something new and learning something new, meeting new people and characters. Exactly.
Traveling so heavily. I mean, just if you think Uncharted, in your mind, you have so much like colors and backgrounds from Uncharted, by the way. Look at this beauty. So beautiful. It's And the details of everything, I remember when I was playing Lost Legacy, I sent a picture to my friend, Binal, Binal. And she was like, oh my
Yes.
God,
Aw.
that's exactly like it is in real life. I've been there. I've been
Aw.
to this place. And also, if you travel a lot and then you play those games, it's so satisfying to see where you've
It
been.
is such a different experience. It makes it so much more personalized. And I feel like the fourth one exceeded in that. It's so beautiful. Every time I arrive in Libertalia, I am just in awe. It is so beautiful. The old buildings, the overgrown buildings, and the lighting and the particles that float around, and in combination with the music and your two favorite characters that just reunited again. It's just a very nice moment. I love that.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorite moments in the whole game.
No houses.
Arriving in
Street.
Libertalia. It's so great.
Clearly a commercial district of
Very
something.
satisfying.
Yes, thank you for that, Nathan. Come on. What do you see?
You just want to hear me say it, don't you?
Really want to hear you say it.
All right. Libertalia.
Libertalia! The long-lost legendary pirate utopia discovered after 300 years by one Samuel Drake. And
Yeah, just so you know, it's not my first lost city.
you should just enjoy the moment.
And then you can sit down and have a beer, like, or pretend to have a beer, and they talk about shit. Like, it's just so good.
And then they have a heart-to-heart moment.
Exactly. Aww,
And then you can get
brothers.
to choose what you say. You're like, oh my God, I've never done that in
Yeah.
Uncharted before. Like, what do I do? Did I say the right thing to my brother?
Oh my god. Yeah.
Different choices.
They definitely took their time a lot more in 3 and 4 with the storytelling than in 1 and 2. 1 and 2 is a lot more. Yeah, okay, this is nice. And there's the little riddle here, pew pew pew, and enemies that go there, and they are there, although you just unblock the only entrance to this tomb. But of course, the enemies are here already.
I think it feels like
So
the first two
there's-
episodes, like volume or whatever they call it. They're like an introduction to the world of Uncharted. And then they really
Yeah.
started to nail it from Drake's deception to a thief's end.
Yeah, big
A
time.
thief's end. And that's true.
A
He's
thief's
kind
end.
of like, he's going on the chase of pirates. Pirates are thieves, right? But he
Mhm.
is as
Yeah.
well. And he wants to stop it. So now I don't think we're gonna see them again until they're gonna make. I love how I was like, oh, okay, so next Uncharted is gonna be about his daughter doing it, and you're like, what? Like what? You didn't see
No,
that
like
coming?
it's not. Of course I see it coming, and it would make sense to make it about the daughter next, and then she's gonna go on the hunt or whatever. But I don't want it. I'm sorry, I don't want to.
Ooh. Well,
It's just.
I think the
I don't
okay,
know.
so the moral question about when to stop when you're so obsessed.
Yeah.
Nathan Drake is in. It's always such a word, difficult word for me to say, but it is exactly that. Intrinsèquement.
Intrigue. You want to say intriguing or
No,
entrancing?
intrinsically.
Intrinsically? I don't even know what that word is.
Oh, okay. It means like through and through, like completely, like down to his bone. He's an
Yes, yeah.
obsessed person, has
Yes.
obsessive personality.
Yes, very much so. He's very addicted.
But any field that you would be passionate about, if you're not obsessed, it's hard to succeed. You can see a director.
Yeah, he's
the only
very
thing that they can
consumed
think
by
of-
it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like
Do
there's
you
nothing
let
else.
them do you let it consume you or not? That's I think the question. And I think Elena his role is not just a romantic purpose. She questions that. She's like questions the
Yes.
you want to go there and you're going to be crazy, or do you want to be in the in between?
Yeah.
That's a
Well,
good
there's
movie.
in Uncharted 4, there is a moment where literally everyone is like, okay, we have to get out of here. It's towards the end. And Sam is like, okay, bye. nope, I'm going still after the treasure.
Yeah.
So Nathan, yes, he's very obsessed and he's addicted. But I think through meeting Elena, she is that kind of normal person with a normal morale and a normal lifestyle, because Nathan doesn't know anything else. He grew up like that. He grew up with Sam being obsessed with finding Avery's treasure since they were, I don't know, like 10, 15, like
Yeah,
probably.
you're
I don't
right.
know exactly when their parents died.
And then if
But
the
Nathan doesn't know
mother was
anything else.
also a hunter, just got the
Hunter is-
supernatural world there. If the mother is also Mary Winchester.
Mary Winchester.
Obviously, you're gonna do the same, and you're just gonna
Exactly.
build yourself like that. I think, but his obsession makes him the best at what he does. Chloe, that's the
Exactly.
thing. And you wanted Chloe to be that kind of Nathan Drake equivalent of a woman, and be obsessed for that, not for because she's chasing
Mhm.
Lara Croft's dad. Apparently, there's a half sister or something.
Probably.
We're going
But
to
isn't it
hell.
then the same? Isn't it that the same then if Nathan does everything because of his mother and Chloe does everything because of his dad?
No,
Her dad?
Like, look, unless they really make it a thing, like a big thing, they were, as kids in this flashback, they were looking at the mother's notes to chase Avery, the pirate, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
They were. It's nice to see the mother belonging, and you can see they feel it, but they're not making a
Mhm.
life around it. And I
Yeah.
think that's nice that they would do that for men. And it would be nice that we make sure that all the other women character do not have that drive from the fathers. It's nice and it brings depth because then you're right, it's your personal choice. It's not necessarily because you have daddy issues. I don't know.
Yeah. What do you think about the level design going from the first one over to the fourth, like the development of how they felt like gaming, like were they clear to you where to go? Do you see differences from the first to the fourth one in terms of open world, linear story?
Oh, okay. The first, the second, and the third one for me are very linear. Even when I was trying
Yes,
to
yeah.
explore the third one, there's not a lot to explore. You really have 3 roads that you can go into, even when you play. There's like, it's very linear. The fourth one
Yeah.
and Lost Legacy. Wow. And then Lost Legacy, which is for people who didn't play, is DLC on different characters. That then it's completely open world in a way. More so
It's still
than,
more linear, but
well, it's still linear because I think a third person shooter will always be linear. I don't think you can do that.
yeah, and that kind of
Well,
storytelling I think has to
that
be
kind
linear
of
because
storytelling.
otherwise
because-
it's Witcher 3 and no one knows what to do.
No one knows what to do. It's not the same as like you're not really an explorer in the sense that you're an obsessed character. If you're not chasing anything, yeah. So it's always kind of like also you kind of racing. Every time you play Uncharted, you're racing to get something before the other people.
Yeah.
So if you
Because
really
the bad
have,
guys.
yeah, but if you can chill on the side, it defeats the purpose of that mentality. Yeah, because you're stepping into playing Nathan, who's obsessive. So if you're not yourself experiencing that treasure hunt chase, then but you can explore the world. I'm sure they can do it to a degree that they did it in Lost Legacy, and I would be happy. But you're not. You would like open world?
With Uncharted, no, I don't think it would work.
Yeah.
I don't think it doesn't. It makes it boring, I think, because it takes the momentum out.
Yeah,
It
exactly like in
absolutely
The Last of Us
just-
Part
yeah.
2, which will be the topics. I know that I'm the only one that thinks that in the world, but I maintain it.
I really
I-
think I have to play it again.
Yeah,
Go
well,
through
we'll
the
have to play
trauma
again.
again.
Yeah. Oh God,
Yeah.
no. But I'll tell you what I really appreciated as well on the fourth one. You could tell that they had it a little bit on the third one, is that heaviness, and that's what you miss sometimes when you play a video game. A heaviness to the character that it's
Mhm.
hard. And when you play the first one, the second one, oh my God, he feels like you're playing a monkey. Like you feel like you're playing a monkey. He's flying. He's flying through trees,
Yes.
and there's no
You are playing a
heaviness.
monkey.
Yeah, yeah. There's no
Yeah.
heaviness to him. And I think I really enjoyed. I think this decade, 2010, they really tried. They they had it on Tomb Raider. They had it on The Last of Us. The Last of Us even more so when you jump from this moment to 20 years later, where he's heavier
Mhm.
because he's
Mhm.
older. I think I really like that. And Uncharted is really smooth when you play the characters, and you have that experience as Chloe, and you can tell that they make you move a different way, whether whoever you
Mm.
play. I think that was something I really was waiting for a long time when I was playing Uncharted, and I got really satisfied about the fact that he feels like heavy human. It took
Just an
forever
actual
to say,
human
yeah.
being.
Sorry, it took forever to say something very simple.
That's fine, no?
But you know what? I never think open world because I'm not that open world kind of like person. I'm not. I
Hmm.
like a good story, beginning, middle, and done. Except Red Dead.
And then there's Red Dead. Yeah, I was about
And
to
then
say,
there's Red
hold
Dead,
on, girl.
my
And
my
there's
soft,
Red Dead.
my very soft spot.
Very soft. That's like gooey. It's not
Extremely
just soft, it's liquid, girl. It's liquid.
Oh God, don't go
yes.
there. Like I'm Nathan Drake, obsessive about the world of
About
yeah, Red Dead. But
Volta.
um but I think that that's always like something that I want to play and with is like the heaviness. And as soon as I felt it in Tomb Raider had the same, like, yeah, nailed it. You can upgrade not being that heavy, because like when she gets on the walls, you can upgrade
Mm.
that she will climb easier. And I was like, I'm not gonna upgrade that shit. I want to feel like she's really struggling. She's a human. She should be struggling.
Yeah. It just makes it so real. But I think because so much advancement was done over the last decade in terms of software and assets and animation got so much more detailed. Like I think no one would have given a shit about how someone climbs or how it feels, how it makes you feel climbing up that wall with that character. I think it became a lot more important because the technology available, the T English, thanks, just changed so much and got so much better.
You know what I love the most in those kind of video games is that they always question themselves how it will make you feel. They really do.
Yeah.
They really do question that. And then they
Yeah,
question that. They put their story together with massive historical backgrounds. It's just
Mhm.
endless historical facts that you can explore. Anyway, what were you going to say?
I don't remember. So I heard that the movie is going to be based on the fourth Uncharted, which makes sense because the games do feel more movie-like with their development over the years. So it makes sense that now I totally understand why they do the movie. I 100% understand it. The fourth one, if you take out the gameplay and just put the cinematics in, is a movie.
Why do we have a scene of the third one in the trailer?
Because it was a very epic scene of the third
Yeah,
one.
it was. What I really love about Uncharted is that you feel like you're playing an action movie at the same time as a
Yes.
historical
Yes.
documentary, at the same time as people really good
Exactly.
cooking, at the same time as so many things, right? So
Yes, but does that mean you have to do a movie? No.
If you do a movie about it, it's just an action movie unless you really, really nail it on the character development.
And I don't think that is the case in this one. I don't like that they made Nathan younger. That we're now getting to meet the teenage or early 20s Nathan. I don't
Same
know.
for Sully. I think Sully is that
Oh no, Sully is
reassuring.
an old man.
And
Sorry.
you know, exactly. He's that reassuring you can live this life and not get killed. Now,
Exactly. He's the savior in most of the cases.
he's the father
He's
figure,
like, okay.
and he's the yeah.
Yeah.
Come on, kid. Come on, get in the
Come
car,
on, kid.
kid.
Exactly.
What have you been doing? I was waiting for you on the helicopter for so long. Come on, kid. Oh, he's adorable. He's like he's always calling him like that. Why is Sully not a gray white hair dude? Is it so
Yeah.
hard to put an old generation person on screen? Is it so hard? Is it so hard? Because the video games don't shy away from that. They don't shy away from that.
True.
The Last of Us, we have
Yep.
our hero being 50 years old.
Yep. And then suddenly, oh, Sully is currently handsome and very fit and does not have one gray hair or even a mustache. Like, can you
Oh, he
please
has a
have a
mustache, I
mustache in the?
think. I saw a mustache.
No, I
on
don't think so.
Instagram
I've
from
seen
Mark Wahlberg.
Yes, but that was during interviews, right? And not in like any screenshots of the trailer.
Yeah, you're right. Well,
Because I
they're
think in the
gonna be-
screenshot that I saw, he did not have a mustache. And that is something that I'm sorry, Sully has a mustache. He can't just be like in his how old would he be? 40 in the movie?
Yeah.
And then suddenly
Yeah.
when he turns 50, 60, he's completely white haired and has a mustache. Like that doesn't quite fit. I feel like he would be, I'm always wearing a mustache. Even when he met Nathan as a kid in the third one,
Yeah,
he
but he
still
had that.
was great
He
haired.
had that like kind of like mafioso
Yes.
sly character. The
Yes.
mustache fits.
Exactly. So why didn't they look at the third game and saw, oh, Sully already is an old man when Nathan is literally like 10, 15 years old when we meet him in Colombia, I believe.
You can expect that they're gonna just like put this timeline, the timeline of the video games completely just like
Yeah, I know. That's
destroy
why I
it.
don't like it. Just don't do it.
But you know, it's always like the fans will always be like, oh no, oh no. There's like little films where they really nail it. But like for example, a good adaptation from book to film will be The Hunger Games. You know?
Yeah.
I read it, I saw it, I worked on it. And I got hit on by Woody Harrelson. Thank you very much, Woody. If you listen to I'm still here.
Woody just hit me up, boy.
But Katniss is that character that is going crazy, half burned and going crazy. The only thing that she has at the end of the book is suicidal tendencies. That's the only thing that she thinks about is killing herself after she's done her work, which is killing the president. She's like, the only thing that she's saying, you read it and she sings the song like a crazy person because she has massive PTSD. It's well described. Do we have this in the movie? I think not. So now I'm thinking, are they going to put Chloe as layered and good and bad person that she is as strongly as, I don't know. How hard is it? But cast me though.
I could be such a better Chloe. Oh my god.
No, I don't think. I could be Nadine.
True, yeah, you could be Nadine.
It's my PS4 profile pic.
Yes.
Yours
true.
is Chloe.
And I'm Chloe, yeah.
We're such fans.
Just tad fans. It's okay.
Just a
It's an
tad.
okay series.
We're doing podcasts all about it, but how long has it been?
An hour.
No.
Yeah. What do you expect to see?
From this movie, I don't know because I don't want to judge a film by its trailer, especially when it's other people making the trailer. What I wanted though is Nathan Fillion as Nate.
Yes.
I really
Yes.
wanted Nathan Fillion. He
Yeah, I
has the
think
point
a
of
lot of people
view.
wanted him.
He has the passion. He has the body. He has the point of view of that character that is
Yep.
equally arrogant. Because Nathan, as a kid, is also a little bit of a prick. I'm sorry.
Yes. Yes.
He's him. So I like the fact that they really had this Marlon Brando look. Both Sully and Nathan in a different way, but that, that kind of like presence. Is that a word in English?
I don't know.
Well, we try.
We're trying, okay? English.
I think like I missed that from the get-go, from what I'm seeing on the trailers. I missed that completely.
I don't understand why they could not choose someone less known for these roles, because they are fictional characters for like since 2007. They are fictional characters,
And they
we
have their audience.
a certain exactly. So why not cast someone completely new, or at least not as popular at the moment as Tom Holland and Mark Wahlberg, to fit these roles that are already such a dominant face, and just I don't get it.
Well,
I think that's what's bugging
I know
me,
why
because
they do that.
yes, of course I know why they did that, but in terms of giving the fans a good movie about 4 video games, that's the thing. Yeah, exactly. 4 fucking video games, and then you cast Mark Wahlberg and Tom Holland, which are probably doing a good job, and they're going to be super in it. They're good actors. That's not the thing, but
yeah,
I don't think that's Nathan and Sully. There would be a better choice.
And you're talking to people who have been with those characters for the past 15 years.
Yes.
Right? We have been with them, and we have been in their mind. Playing a video game is a little bit like reading a book or watching a film, plus the immersion. You know how it feels to be them. So
because you are them. You playing
are them. You when you say, "Oh, I'm doing that," you say, "I'm doing that. I died.
Yes.
And I fell in there, and it's like such a personal adventure."
Mm-hmm.
So suddenly you're being thrown out of this personal experience because you have to watch the movie. Now, the trailer is only action points and black and white looking villain. I wish that Hollywood would appreciate young new actors. I wish that Hollywood would appreciate new talent in terms of the in terms of you already have a franchise, you already have an audience, massive one, and why not promoting new talent in terms of the fact that this is also an industry we need to promote. You need to have open the door for every single departments. And if you would already have a franchise, that's when you need to do it. Give the chance to new directors, give the chance to new actors.
Yep.
Why do you have to cast bankable people on Fantastic Beasts when you already know that the film is gonna be sold in every countries in the world. Every country in the world is gonna buy the film. Then promote it, open the platform for new talent. This is how can we grow as an industry if it's like one empire for another. Netflix, I think, are not doing that. So, for example, if Uncharted had been done by Netflix, we would have seen something different.
Yes, and I think we would have not seen Tom Holland cast or Mark Wahlberg. I don't think that would have been their choice.
Maybe new talent would have been also a thing, or not. It doesn't need to be old talent as opposed to new, but some maybe also
a less known face, less popular actor. I think as a standalone, without knowing it was a game before, it might work. If you take everything out and just see it as an action movie of a 20-something guy with a somewhat father, I think it might work. I don't know. I'm
But that's what
terrified to watch it.
But that's coming back to, okay, if it's a treasure hunt adventure game and you have a guy with his father figure kind of guy, then what's the difference with Indiana Jones?
Exactly. That's why it might be a good movie if you take out the Uncharted thing.
Yeah, but then when you get
But
into
as
that
soon
thing,
as you
need
say-
to be just as good, or because we're in 2020 now. Indiana Jones is quite old, although it's been shot at the moment, the new one. So they might have direct.
Is it?
Yeah, let's
Hold
get
up,
that.
hold up. They're shooting a new Indiana
Yeah, it's been announced. On
Indiana
IMDb.
Jones 5. Yeah. Oh God.
Do you see who they should have cast as fucking Sully? Him, Harrison Ford, Sully. Everybody's sold. Sorry, I'm screaming.
That would have been the best. I think he's too old, but yes, that would have been fucking hilarious. If they would have gone, instead of time back, they would have gone forward and cast Harrison Ford and Nathan Fillion and just be like,
Done.
what happened after the fourth one? Like after the fourth game, like where are they now? Kind of thing. I mean, it
think
would be
Harrison
probably
Ford
boring because
would have
kids and
been-
family, but
See, we have bankable person. Harrison Ford would have been great as Sully. He would have
Yeah.
done the role.
Yeah.
I see him.
of course he would have. Yeah. And it would have been hilarious in another treasure hunt, Harrison Ford. It's just like such a nice odyssey, like what is the word? Odyssey? Not homage. That's the word.
Yeah,
A nice homage to Indiana Jones.
tribute.
I'm going in already knowing I'm not gonna like it, but I have still hopes that they will honor it enough to make it a good storyline. Because the characters are good. You can't really fuck them up too bad, I think.
But like I said, I had it in Hunger Games, which is one of the films
I know.
that have the
I
best.
know. But Hunger
experience
Games is a
working
book
in.
and it's yeah.
They will have to make their characters a certain way, and if it's too bad,
Mhm.
like Katniss, massive PTSD, burnt face, it's not in their mind sellable, which I think that wouldn't be a problem for other empires, would like Amazon Prime or Netflix. They don't have, I
Yeah.
think, this strong impulse to make sure that their characters are, essentially very good or bad,
Mhm.
as in villain, as opposed to whilst Uncharted is exactly that. This character is obsessive compulsive,
Yeah.
and his brother, we love him. He's a massive bad person.
Mhm.
But he's good too. He's a person.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
And,
gonna be
so are we gonna see that in one film? It's possible.
I
that
don't think we're gonna see Sam. First of all, I don't think he will be
And
he will appear.
again, like, who would you cast for Sam? I would cast Troy Baker.
Yep. Yes, yes, yes. Yep. He fits physically and the voice acting obviously same. Yeah,
He fits physically. Yeah, he is the Marlon Brando kind of like. I don't know why I said Marlon Brando the whole time. I never thought of Marlon Brando ever before when I talked about Uncharted, but today apparently he's on my mind.
Today it's a Marlon Brando day. Yeah.
I
don't know. I'm nervous to see it.
I hope it is more than an action movie, and I'm gonna leave it at that.
Yeah, and I don't think so. Well, on the next episode, we're gonna talk about how we liked the movie.
That's it as well. Like when you play a game or when you read a book, as a fan, you will have so many feelings. Like it's bubbling, and you had so many experience with the character, so much feelings.
Oh my god, so many emotions, or not at all. It might be like this was just absolute bullshit. Or it might have been like, this is an actual good movie. They should do it into a video game.
I can't wait.
I gotta imagine that.
If they're doing this kind of movie, are we expecting 5?
I don't believe they're gonna do 5. I don't think so.
Well, look at Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah.
50.
That's the movie though. Like I don't know. I don't think they're gonna do. I just hope that they're not gonna do either another game or another movie. I think they stand alone very well. Story wise, this should be it.
I would think that they would. I would
Yeah.
think that
I
they
mean,
would do
I
a
would
third
understand why
one,
they
a
would.
second
It's a
one,
good
a third
franchise.
one,
Yeah.
because it's a franchise, so there's like
Yeah.
lots of money in it. And all the fans, despite that they're really scared of how the movie's going to turn out, they're going to go and see it. They're not going to wait.
Yeah.
They're going to go and see it to have their opinion. So already this game made a lot of millions. So
Yeah.
based on, if you know, all the fans, probably loads. So already this film is going to make good money for sure.
Yep.
What worries me is what you sent me the other day, where Tom is on an interview and he's never played. It looks like he's never played the game.
Mm-hmm.
That's a worry.
Yes.
I'm gonna leave it at that.
Well, he was talking to Nolan, the voice actor of Nathan. I
In
think
the
he was
video
on
that
set
you
as
sent
well.
me, oh, was he?
I think so. I think I saw pictures that
love
Nolan
this
was on set.
guy. I love this actor. I liked him I saw him in TV shows. I liked him. I think he's doing a good job in whatever he's doing. He's great. Is Nolan doing the motion capture as well?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
I think so.
I don't know.
Well, obviously not the stunts, but our next episode is going to be our impression on the movie. So stay tuned, because I'm sure we're going to have a lot of feelings. We're talking about it, but it's really nice to hear what everybody's feelings about it. Because like we said, it's just about how we feel about it, and we feel so strongly. It's nice to have like that community feel. So please comment your thoughts, and then I'm sure you're gonna also like have a lot to say as like listeners will have so much to say after watching the film.
Yeah, I cannot wait for all either the positive or negative and a mixture of comments everywhere about it.
See you next time.
Yeah, see you next time.